For a limited time only, you are able to get Dialga and PALKIA in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The latest Tera Raid event is Dialga and PALKIA appearing in 5-star Tera Raids across Paldea, with players in Pokemon Scarlet having access to the Dialga raids and players in Pokemon Violet having access to the Palkia raids. These are only 5-star raids, and in this video I will go through the one and only Pokemon that you need to defeat both raids. But before we get into that, there are currently 2 mystery gift Pokemon events going on, and you can claim these Pokemon right now. These are a Shiny Lucario and a Darkrai. 2 awesome gifts, so make sure that you don't miss out and get these before the end of their event. As always, to get the mystery gift Pokemon, go into your Poke Portal and select the mystery gift option. Then you'll need to select the receive by code or password. To get your Shiny Lucario, you'll need to enter the code ShinyBuddy, with the I being a 1. To get your Darkrai, you'll need to enter the code New Moon is coming, with every O being a 0 and every I being a 1. These are limited events, so make sure you enter these codes and get both of your gift Pokemon while you can. Now, while you are here, you will need to connect to the internet on your Poke Portal to spawn in the DIALGA and PALKIA Tera Raids. Make sure you connect to the internet and then check your map to find the 5-star Dragon Tera type raids. As promised, there was one Pokemon for me that I was able to use consistently to defeat both Dialga and PALKIA. As both of these Pokemon have a Dragon Tera type, a Fairy Pokemon is the obvious answer to defeating them. There is one Fairy Pokemon that is notorious for being used in Tera Raids, and you guessed it, that Pokemon is Azumarill. Not only is it a Fairy type, Azumarill has access to Belly Drum, which is arguably the best setup move for these Tera Raid events. Iron Hands and Azumarill have been consistent from the start of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for Tera Raids, so chances are you already have an Azumarill build that you can use. The Azumarill I used for both raids was a 252 HP and attack EVs, huge power of course as the ability, Play Rough and Belly Drum the main 2 moves that you need, and holding a Shell Bell for recovery. Palkia was a bit easier than Dialga to take down due to Dialga having a stab steel beam that hits pretty hard, but both Pokemon have pretty similar strategies. The Palkia strategy was to set up using Belly Drum on turn 1 and then just spamming Play Rough until the end. Also terastallizing when that became available to help get through the shield. Both Dialga and Palkia will reset your stats to normal during their shield phase, but you don't need to worry about setting up another Belly Drum, as terastallized Play Roughs are more than enough to get the job done. Palkia did have Thunder to do super effective damage to Azumarill, but honestly, Palkia just kept going for Fire Blast even after it set up the rain. This didn't make much sense to me, as Thunder in the rain would be 100% accurate, but after we terastallized, there is nothing that Palkia could do to stop us. Keep hitting Palkia with Play Rough until you defeat it. The strategy for Dialga wasn't to use Belly Drum on turn 1, as Steel Beam would do over 50% damage to Azumarill, meaning after we got a Belly Drum off, we would go down straight away. What I found was to do an attack cheer turn 1 and then start using Play Roughs. You don't have to do the attack cheer, you can just start using Play Roughs to get to terastallizing. I did try to stall out Steel Beams here, as when you terastallize, Steel Beam will become super effective and hit you even harder. I didn't have to use Belly Drum for this strategy, the main thing is getting through the shield as quickly as possible, if Dialga still has Steel Beam PP. You can afford to die in this raid, as the party Pokemon are able to do some damage to Dialga's shield, and once the shield goes down, the raid is pretty much over. When Dialga is out of Steel Beam PP, there is not much that he can do to you. Unfortunately, there is some RNG in this strategy, depending on what move Dialga goes for, as well as burns from Fire Blast, and also play rough missing and not getting the HP recovery from Shell Bell. There may be more consistent strategies out there. I have seen a Flutter Mane strategy which could be a viable option as well, but I love Azumarill and I have to say that it got the jump pretty damn well, with only a few times having to reset my Dialga Raid due to some bad RNG. I was able to complete both raids in about 30 minutes on both of my Scarlet and Violet games, and if you're looking to farm the raids, then this would be a very good strategy to use. Alright everyone, as always, if you found this video helpful, or this strategy was able to help you out, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are approaching 1,000 subscribers and your help goes a long way in helping grow the channel. Enjoy the events coming up to the release of part 2 of the DLC, and stay tuned as I will be covering all of that here on the channel. Thanks for watching, I'll catch us all later.